Hey guys, this is Jeff with Stretched, and today we're going to talk about stretching for cyclists. Now, the problem with cycling is often that it reinforces a lot of the repetitive stresses placed on the body throughout the day when we're sitting at the desk. So if we're sitting and hunched over, this is a very similar position that you're going to find yourself when you're cycling. So to combat that, we're going to do a lot of stretches for some of the front of the body, so including the neck, chest, and hip flexors and quads, and then we're going to get some other areas like the low back to combat some of the dysfunction that we're going to get from being in that kind of folded forward position. So starting with the neck and those neck flexors, the easiest thing to do is sit straight up, spine straight. You could stand for this as well. Gently place the hands against the chest and kind of hold down, so it's almost like you're pulling your chest away from the neck. So hold that firm, and then you're going to drop the head to one side and just slowly roll along the back towards the other side of the body. So you may have seen this before. You're going to do these big circles. What I want you to do now is we're going to separate that and just kind of focus strictly on the front. So to do that again, we're going to just roll along the back towards one side, and then we're going to repeat and go the other way. So nice and slow. As you're doing that, you're kind of holding the chest down to kind of help lengthen that area. And so you should feel a stretch anywhere, again, along these neck flexors. Might travel along the side as well. You got various muscles like the scalene and that sternocleidomastoid that travels from the back of the jaw down to the front of the neck into the sternum. So you're gonna get all these different muscles, a lot of interconnectivity throughout the neck there, but again, anything through here is what we want. It's often much tighter than you realize. So just back and forth, nice and slow. All right, you can say maybe 10 reps total, 5 in each direction is a good place to start. After that, we're gonna go into that rear shoulder, upper back, and get into those rhomboids. So to do that, arm is out straight, palm is up. So we want the elbow straight the whole time, try to keep that shoulder relaxed the entire time as well. We're often very much like this, so we gotta combat that, keep those shoulders relaxed, okay? If you're not sure, you could always kind of stand in front of your reflection in front of the mirror to really make sure that it's staying nice and relaxed. So arm is straight, drop it down in kind of a U or a V shape. And then as you come up, you're gonna assist across the body and lift up away from you. Okay, 2-3 seconds, relax it, and repeat. So you may have tried this before, you just simply pull across. What's gonna happen here is as you do this kind of dip motion and lift at the end, it's gonna really help stabilize that shoulder, keep it low, and really emphasize that stretch in that rear shoulder, upper back. Okay. Generally speaking, you can think about 10 reps as a full set for any of these stretches. So remember that as you go through them. All right, so let's say we did 10 reps here. I'm gonna simply switch, other arm, and same thing. So you might find one side is tighter, of course. For me, it tends to be the right side. If you do notice that, do both sides. You don't want to neglect one side totally. Check in with both. If you do notice that, okay, my left side does feel okay, and the right is actually tighter, you can go back and do a few more reps on that side. Okay? All right, front of the body now into the chest. Again, hunch forward. This is gonna get very tight, oftentimes much more so than you even realize. So stand or sit straight. Ideally, you're gonna have your back against a tall back of a chair, or you could stand in something like a door frame, or if you have a pole or a pillar somewhere at home, you could do that. So we're gonna kind of lean against that surface. Hands are behind the head, elbows are forward. You're gonna keep that core engaged and then contract the shoulder blades and lift and swing those elbows back as far as you can. All right, same thing, 2-3 seconds, then release it, elbows forward, and repeat. So now as we fire and activate that upper back, posterior chain, it's gonna help relax that anterior chain and lengthen this chest. So we're kind of doing two things at once here by releasing the front chest and kind of activating the back. So we're gonna help kind of rewrite a lot of that dysfunction that we're getting from kind of folding forward and allowing the body to fall into that kyphosis, which is this rounded shoulders, spine curving outward. We gotta reverse that, improve the posture, and be more upright. All right, so one more time, it's here, elbows forward, activate, swing the elbows back as far as you can, hold that, and then release and repeat. Again, 10 times, 10 to 12 times would be a great place to start as a full set. All right, drifting lower now into that low back. We're gonna do something called the twist and dipper, which is gonna help target that low back and quadratus lumborum, which is actually a really deep abdominal that can help contribute to back pain. So for that, we're gonna sit, feet flat, knees are just about shoulder width, and then again, we're gonna keep the hands behind the head for this one. First, you're gonna twist as far as you can. So breathe out and rotate. Okay, spin or rotate as far as you can. Hold that for just a brief moment and then reset, go forward, back to start. And you're gonna do that again. And then at the end of this rotation, you're gonna hold that. Now that elbow that's forward is gonna drop towards the floor. It's gonna go outside the knee that's on the same side. So now my left elbow is drifting towards the floor, going outside my left knee. Okay, 2-3 second hold, come back up, reset, and repeat. All right, so as I drop to my left, I should feel this anywhere along the right side here. Okay, again, you might notice that one side is tighter. That's a pretty common area for this, so if you do, just simply switch and hit that side first. Again, we never want to neglect one side totally. You always need to at least check in with it. If you are noticing that there's some recurring themes here, if you're getting a lot of tightness throughout one side, you could always do more, like I said, but at least check in with both, okay? Last one now, obviously cycling is very quad, hip flexor dominant, which is a problem because a lot of times when we're sitting, it's getting very tight. And so as you ask these muscles to be productive, you're kind of asking for injury and much more likely to develop pain in this area. So to do that, to hit these muscles, we're gonna actually lay down. I'm gonna go on the side lying position. Okay, so I'm gonna lay on my right side. That means the right knee is forward and bent. I'm gonna stabilize by just holding here at the knee. And then we're gonna grab the top ankle with the top hand. Relax the head and neck. Use that glute, kick the leg back as far as you can, and then pull. All right, 2-3 seconds, drift forward, reset, and repeat. So again, similar to that concept with the chest, as we activate the glute, kick the leg back here, we're gonna be helping the hip flexor to relax as the glute activates. So we're simultaneously rewriting a lot of the dysfunction in that posterior chain as we improve the flexibility and reduce that tightness in the anterior of the front chain. Okay, same thing here again, 10 to 12 reps is gonna be a nice place to start as a full set. So I'm gonna do all these on my left leg first. And then I would simply just switch sides, lay on my opposite side, and repeat. Okay? For every exercise today, 2 to 3 second hold, reset back to start, and then 10 to 12 reps on both sides is a great place to start. Thanks for joining us. For more information, check us out at StretchSpace on Instagram or go to the website at stretchspace.com.